Welcome to Workday HCM Manage Contingent Workers. In this session, we'll learn how to manage contingent workers in Workday. When managing contingent workers, you can either contract or convert the worker. Though these processes are similar to the hire business process, there are a few key differences. Workday refers to contingent workers as temporary workers or contractors. The C notation displays after the contractor's name to distinguish between an employee and a contingent worker in the system. Use the Delivered Workers by Employee Contingent Worker Type report to view workers by worker type. You can filter this report to view any contingent workers and their locations in the system. The process of contracting a contingent worker uses the Contract Contingent Worker business process rather than the hire business process. However, both business processes require the same HR information and are configurable. Unlike a hire process for an employee, where compensation information is sent to payroll, there's no secondary task proposing compensation for a contingent worker. Instead, you can enter contract details such as rate of pay, currency, and frequency of pay, along with any comments or notes regarding the assignment. Meet Kevin Gibson, a manager for the Information Analysis Department. Kevin needs to contract a contingent worker into the Senior Data Analyst position. To accomplish this task, Kevin will locate the position and select Dion Jackson's pre-hire record, and then enter any contract details to initiate the Contract Contingent Worker business process. In this example, Tara will demonstrate how to contract a contingent worker.
In this demonstration, I'll contract a contingent worker into one of the available Senior Data Analyst positions. I'll select the open positions related actions, select Hire, then Contract Contingent Worker. I'll search and select the existing pre-hire, then Start Contract. The unfilled position is already populated. Notice that some of the job details fields have defaulted in. I'll now enter the contract start date. I'll select a reason. Then, for contingent worker type, I'll select contractor. The values shown are customer defined and can be customized to meet your organization's needs. I'll set the contract end date, but this date can be changed if the contract is terminated on a different day. Now I'll enter a contract pay rate, currency, and the frequency of pay. In the assignment details field, I can specify any details that pertain to this contract. Now I'll review the additional information section. This is the HR-related data, including job classification, that will be addressed by the HR partner or administrator. I'll select Submit. The confirmation page shows the next step in the business process and who needs to complete it. I'll expand the Details and Process section and select the Process tab. Here it shows the manager who initiated the business process and any other steps awaiting action.
It is important to remember that the contingent worker's contract is not valid until all required business process steps are complete. In addition to contracting contingent workers, you can also convert a contingent worker with a current and valid contract into an employee. When you convert a contingent worker into an employee, you will use the Convert to Employee task. The Convert to Employee task uses the hire business process. However, this task uses different steps to initiate the workflow. During this process, you'll enter the hire date and end the contingent worker's contract. You can enter any details for ending the current contract, including the contract end date. It's important to note that the contract end date must occur before the hire date. You can hire the worker into the same position or a different position. However, an unfilled position must be available for the contingent worker on the hire date, similar to an external hire. The Convert to Employee task streamlines the hiring process by using fewer steps to quickly complete the hire. Once you initiate the process, you'll be required to complete any additional workflow steps and approvals. Each configuration will depend on your organization's requirements. If the contingent worker's contract has previously ended, you'll initiate an external hire using the Hire Employee task. In this session, we've reviewed the necessary business processes to contract and convert contingent workers. Thank you for taking the time to learn with Workday.